Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to this Islamic teaching sessions, during which we will speak about how Bahrain is reshaping and developing Islamic finance industry. Over the decades, Bahrain was known for being a pioneer Islamic finance and regulation. It was known, and it's still known, for its excellence in Islamic finance regulations. Bahrain is the home base for more than one of the Islamic and Sharia standard setting bodies. So since early 1990s, Bahrain is the headquarters for accounting and auditing organization for Islamic financial institutions. This organization is mainly concerned with establishing Sharia standards. This organization have two conferences over the year. The Sharia Scholars Conference, in which Sharia scholars from across the world will meet in Bahrain to discuss the recent development in the financing industry, and they will come up with any solutions for issues that concern the Islamic financing. AOFI is a well-known organization that have an objective of establishing Sharia and accounting and audit standards that guides the Islamic banks in its operation. These standards outlines what are the Sharia principles and rules and accounting standards that should be followed by the Islamic banks. AOFI is well-known standard setting body that establish Sharia auditing accounting standards. These standards will help the Islamic bank in its operation. It will provide the necessary guidelines and necessary information. These guidelines will help the Islamic banks and Islamic financial institutions in its operational aspects. These Sharia standards, auditing and accounting standards, guide the Islamic bank in its operation, and it will help the Islamic bank to achieve its objective to adhere to Sharia principles and Sharia rules. AOFI also held on an annual basis two conferences, during which Sharia scholars from all across the world will come and meet each other to discuss any issues that will concern the Islamic finance. For example, one of the issues that was concerning most of the Islamic banks recently is how the Islamic bank can accommodate with the changing environment of the interest rate. When there is a dynamic change in an interest rate or then the market rate, how can Islamic bank accommodate to this change, giving some restrictions to some sort of contract that Islamic bank deal with? Recently, when the AOFI held their conference, they met and they discussed and they provided some of the solutions that will help Islamic banks. There is another well-known organization that aids and helps Islamic finance and Islamic financial institutions across the world. It is this is the International Islamic Financial Market, which was established by an Amiri decree in 2003. This organization has an objective to promote Islamic finance and to establish standards that align the market partitional needs with the Sharia principles. Bahrain is known for its excellence in the regulation aspect. The regulation environment in Bahrain helped all the Islamic financial institutions and Islamic bank to achieve this growth that they have reached to today. And there is a lot of innovation and revolution in the market. This revolution is the fintech industry, which is very fast growing industry. Central Bank of Bahrain was among the first regulatory body that come up with rules and regulations that govern this sort of activities. These regulations is the operation of the Islamic banks when they want to adopt and they want to implement certain tools of fintech. Bahrain is very well known for its excellence and a very prominent regulatory body globally. It recently was ranked as the first in the sense of Islamic finance regulation. Central Bank of Bahrain, in its effort to create a regulatory framework that will help the Islamic financing industry to grow, it has implemented new and enhanced framework that cover all aspects of financial industry and will cover all aspects of Islamic financial institution operation. Recently, they have established new rules that govern the takaful and retakaful industry, which is one of the first regulatory body to establish this sort of regulation. The Islamic Central Bank of Bahrain had worked to enhance the operational efficiency of Islamic banks in Bahrain. One of these developments was a new tool that help Islamic banks in Bahrain to deploy their fund with the central bank in a product that comply with the Sharia principles and make the Islamic banks could benefit from investing and placing funds with the Central Bank of Bahrain. This brings us to the end of this learning session today, and hope to see you soon in the next episode. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.